Hi, my name is Rachel Garcia, and someone has invited you to take a look at a company that we call Pure. I first found out about this company back in 2008, and it's my goal today to give you a brief glimpse into what it's all about because it really could potentially change your life forever. I know that's a bold statement, but that's exactly what happened to our family. So this is my son who's now 17, the 3-year-old in the front of this picture, and this is his cousin Bo in the back. At the age of 3, Bo was diagnosed with severe autism. And I sat with my sister as the doctor said, he will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. He will always be in diapers. And as my sister is crying next to me, I have a lot of questions. So I'm a physician assistant. I practiced medicine for 20 years. And I also have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. I also had a 9-month-old at the time who had vaccinations scheduled the next week. So as you can imagine, I had a lot of questions running through my mind. I wanted to know, is this genetic? Is this vaccinations? It was not something that I had learned about in medical school. So I began doing an extensive amount of research and started finding out that what we are feeding our children is really important. And I learned a lot about pharmacologic medications in medical school, but not a lot about nutrition. So after doing all of this research, I told my husband we need to do better. So he built me an organic garden in my backyard, and I got one of those big old juicers, and I started trying to juice. But let me give you a glimpse into my life in 2008. I was working, seeing patients from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had just opened a skincare retail store, a brick and mortar location in Ponte Vedra Beach, and my husband had just started his own company. Plus we had 2 small children. So life was really busy. So my vegetables ended up looking like this. It was quite overwhelming to be fighting off the rabbits and the deer in the backyard and then also dealing with this. And so I then started coming upon research that was talking about the low deficiency or the deficiency of nutrition in our current food supply. Now, my mom has an organic farm up in North Carolina. I watch her grow and eat only what she grows. And it was really shocking for me to see all of the studies showing that our food just is not giving us the nutrition that it used to because the soil is so deficient in nutrition. And so I started supplementing. And I believe that most educated Americans have a pantry that looks something like this, whether it's because they've been going into the nutrition store as we went through the pandemic, trying to supplement with the things that we heard are important, or whether you're struggling with something specific and you're online at night after your 12-hour workday, researching what helps with plantar fasciitis or whatever it is that you're struggling with. Maybe not realizing that the answers that pop up to the top of the page are usually, almost always, paid for by a company to get their search engine optimization numbers up at the top. So we have all these supplements that don't really work. We can't really tell when we take them. When we travel, we definitely don't take them with us because who does that? So this was where I was. And I thought I was really into nutrition and really on top of things. And my brothers gave me a call and said, we've got this nutrition company we want you to really take a look at. And let me tell you guys, I got less than 4 hours of sleep at night in those days. I had major issues with sleep, and I just wasn't interested in adding anything onto my plate. They were very persistent and said, look, just take one look and then just give us your opinion. Thinking I would be looking for 3 minutes, I agreed. And I ended up staying up the entire night researching this company because I was so blown away by their philosophy of cleanse, balance, and build. See, what they were promoting was this philosophy of getting the toxins out of your body, balancing out your pH, your hormone levels, and pouring plant-based nutrition into your body so it can work the way it was made to work. Well, I immediately recognized this as truth because it was everything I'd been learning through my research on my nephew's autism. So I said, yes, give me everything they've got. I called him in the morning and said, I want it all. Now, this was Healthy Rachel in 2008. And if you had asked that girl in 2008 if she was healthy, I would have been like, I am great. I just spent $3,000 with a personal trainer. I'd lost a whopping 3 pounds. And I just thought this was going to be my size after a second baby. That child on my hip there was 9 months old. Okay. It wasn't baby weight. I literally could not lose the weight. I struggled with sleep. My 3-year-old had struggled with severe constipation. He pooped once a week and would bleed and would cry. And my pediatrician encouraged me to put him on Miralax. Don't put anyone you love on Miralax. It's antifreeze in a bottle. You can go research the side effects of it. And so I was trying the natural way and it really wasn't working. After I jumped in with what I'm going to share with you today, 3 months later, I'd lost about 32 pounds without going to the gym. I do not promote not going to the gym. I'm in the gym every day now, as are my children and my husband. But for me to lose that kind of weight without going to the gym was mind-blowing for me and for the patients that I saw every day as well. They were like, what is going on? And mind you, healthcare provider typically has 5, maybe 10 minutes with the patients. There's no time to talk about anything. I was working with them and helping them with their issues. So I wasn't really talking about it, but it wasn't just me. We started seeing other changes. This was my husband in his mid-30s. This is my husband at the age of 49. He had a radical physical change, but it wasn't the physical change that really made a difference in our lives. My husband and I have been married 10 years when we found out about Pure. He struggled with severe anger and severe depression. And he will tell you when you meet him, if you meet him, yes, he struggled with these things. It was very, very stressful on our marriage. 6 weeks after we started on Pure, those ups and downs and anger outbursts were gone. If we ever travel without our products, they're back. And so that was really marriage saving. And I often share with people that my boys are now 14 and 17, and they've never seen their father the way that I did the first 10 years of their marriage, that changes the way my boys will think about their dad for the rest of their lives. That right there was life-changing. 3 months in, my nephew came into my house and said, "Aunt Rachel, what a beautiful Christmas tree." He screamed all day long. Prior to this transformation in our lives, we were told he would never speak. And that right there caused me to start to really dive into what this was all about and to do my very best to get the word out. I show this picture to let you know, I know there's lots of starvation diets, shake diets, things that you can do that cause you to lose weight for maybe 30 days, 60 days, but then it's all back. I show you this picture to say this was really a lifestyle change for us. It was something that happened fairly quickly, and then we maintained it very easily. And then we began to get so much energy that we were working out a lot as time went on. And so what happens is you tend to appear to be aging backwards. It's really quite phenomenal. And this is really across the board. So now I go into education mode as a healthcare provider to say, I believe with all of my heart that the majority of the health issues we face are the result of us being toxic, out of balance, and severely undernourished. Are we toxic? Yes. The pesticides, herbicides, fungicides on our food, the plastic water bottles we're drinking from with the microparticles of plastic that are cooked into the water, and then we're drinking it down. We're probably, most of us, old enough to remember putting saran wrap on top of our food in a Tupperware container and sticking it in the microwave. Studies have shown that there are microparticles of plastic in our bloodstream now that they did not see in people's bloodstreams 50 years ago. Why is cancer expected to overtake heart disease as the #1 killer of Americans? Why does everybody I speak with know someone who has cancer? That was not the case just 10 years ago. We're out of balance. We are literally staring at our phones all day long. Sitting is the new smoking. We're not getting enough sleep. We're not getting enough exercise. And acidically, we are consuming a lot of acidic foods, which is causing our body to work in this state of stress. Disease and infection thrive in an acidic environment. What makes you acidic? Things like coffee, things like meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread, all put you in this acidic state. Your body's amazing. It's going to work to get back where it's supposed to be, but you're either helping it to get there or you're hurting it and hindering it. See, I believe we all have cancer in our body. The question is, are you starving it or are you feeding it? Lack of nutrition is really across the board. All you have to do is go into a local lunchroom, unfortunately, and you'll see the kids are eating Lunchables, Oreos, Cheetos, a soda. The lack of nutrition is crazy, and that's just in the children. Okay, there's a study that came out. I'm big on studies, Journal of Nutrition study, showing that more than half of American children are not getting the proper vitamins and minerals. This study from way back in 2010 shows that you have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get what our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. Now, nobody can afford 80 cups of spinach now. Nobody's going to be eating a meal like this. And this is why we're all walking around starving. This is why I believe I lost weight so quickly in the beginning. I was literally starving for nutrition, despite the supplements I was consuming, despite the organic garden. And so when I started to put good nutrition in my body, the mindless eating totally stopped. This philosophy of cleanse, balance, build is what really caught my attention. This is a centuries-old philosophy. It's been around a really long time, but it was utilized in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. The results were so good. And I can say that now, 15 years after being involved with this company, I can tell you the results are so good. In fact, I let my medical license go in December of 2019 because the results are so good. I spent $100,000 on my education to be licensed to practice medicine as a PA, 8.5 years of schooling, and I let it go. Why? Because I have found a better way to help people. I was writing 200 prescriptions a day. I was cutting cancers out of people on the days I wasn't writing prescriptions. I have found a better way. And it is this philosophy of health. It was utilized in a clinical practice for 30 years. There was a 3-year waiting list for people to get in, and they said, how are we going to get this out to the world? People shouldn't have to wait 3 years for this information. We're going to spread it by word of mouth. We're not going to buy shelf space in a health food store. We're not going to pay a marketing firm for billboards and commercials and radio ads. We're just going to do it by word of mouth. And that's how it started. And I'm so thankful, because if I walked into a Whole Foods and somebody handed me a flyer on these products, I would probably just chunk it in the trash. The reason I'm here today is because someone that I loved said, I really need you to look at this. And I have a feeling that that's what's happened with you. This company has over 50 products, but I'm going to walk you through the basics. And I want to give you a little warning here. A lot of times when people see this presentation, they choose which one they want to start with. I have a great omega-3, so I don't need that. Oh, I already take a vitamin, so I don't need that. Well, over the 15 years of me sharing this, what would happen is I would share with people. For instance, I'd give 10 people a bag of Mila, and 5 of them would come back and say, oh my gosh, I'm sleeping amazing. I'm pooping amazing. My focus is so great during the day. My running time on the mile has dropped. This stuff is amazing. The other 5 would come back and say, I can take it or leave it. I don't really notice change at all. Let's talk about the sulfur, one of our top 3 selling products. Give it to 10 people. 5 would come back and say, oh my gosh, I feel amazing. What is this stuff? My pain is gone. My inflammation is gone. My eczema is resolving. I'm not waking up with joint pain. What's happening? And then the other 5 would say, I don't really notice a difference. So my analytical mind is like, why? Why doesn't everybody feel a difference? And it really comes down to this cleanse, balance, build philosophy. We have to cleanse the toxins out of our bodies that we've been consuming since we were really in our mother's wombs. We have to balance out the pH, balance out the sleep and the exercise, and pour the plant-based nutrition in. So do not be surprised if you pick and choose and grab 1 or 2 things that you don't see a massive result. See, what we found is when people take these 7 products every day for 30 days, and there's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, guys, 6 things typically happen. Weight loss without trying, you sleep like a rock, energy levels through the roof all day long, pain reduction, bowel improvement, and mood improvement. But you don't typically notice the mood improvement. Everyone around you does. My nurses used to say, go take your dirt. We can tell you haven't had it yet. Okay, I'm not here for what happens in the first 30 days. I didn't let my medical license go for what happens in the first 30 days. I'm here because of what I saw on months 3 and 4. Months 3 and 4, lab results that you cannot deny. That's why I have a number of medical doctors working with me on my team who recommend this to their patients. I'm not going to make claims about what's going to happen for you. All I can say is I've been doing this 15 years, and I am extremely confident about what your body can do when you cleanse it, balance it, and build it. So I'm going to briefly go through these products. The Mila is a plant-based omega-3 combination of fiber and omega-3s. Fiber is huge for a number of things. It scrubs out the intestinal tract like a bottle scrub brush, but it also is huge for hemoglobin A1C, blood sugar numbers, cholesterol, triglycerides, and blood pressure. There's a great book called The Aztec Diet, over 30 case studies. Every single one of the people documented in that book utilized Mila 2 to 8 tablespoons a day for 3 months. It will blow your mind, the results. Powerful. But it's not the fiber that's so huge about the Mila. You can find fiber in Metamucil. It's the omega-3s. Omega-3s have been shown to prevent or reverse almost every disease we face as humans. I'm going to say that again. What's coming down the genetic pipeline to you? What did your parents struggle with? Are they struggling with? What did your grandparents struggle with? Probably going to hit you sooner than it hit them because of the toxins in our air, the lack of mobility, and the lack of nutrition. And so you want to combat it with things that have been proven in clinical studies to combat it. Omega-3s, multiple clinical studies published on them. Now you can go get them from fish oil, fish that have been swimming in the Pacific in the radiated waters, and they cut them open and they squish the oil out of those intestines and put them in capsules that you get to burp up all day. Or you can take 2 tablespoons of our Mila, which is equal to 12 over-the-counter fish oil pills. This is a blend of chia seeds. I'm going to tell you right now, not all chia seeds are the same. Where they're grown, how they're opened. Oh, it's a big deal. Okay, so this stuff is powerful, and it's probably my favorite product, but it doesn't work for everyone unless they add everything on together. Our cleanse, the little tiny bottle there, is a mixture of plants and herbs, and it cleanses out the 7 channels you eliminate through your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. All have a job to cleanse. If those things are all backed up, you cannot absorb the good stuff. It's like taking your car in for an oil change. They don't just pour new oil in. They get all the old oil out and put new oil in, or that car won't make it 200,000 miles. What makes us think we can make it our whole lives in this house that we have without cleansing it? Just because you poop every day doesn't mean you're fine. This is not a pooping thing. This is getting all the toxins out. The sulfur over there on the far right, I mentioned it earlier. It's an essential mineral. We used to get it in our food because they used to fertilize the fields with compost and manure. Now they use chemicals. We are almost all deficient in sulfur. It's been shown in clinical studies to decrease inflammation. Inflammation that is noticeable causes things like pain, asthma, allergies. If you struggle with any kind of inflammation, you will likely love both our Mila and our sulfur. The Goyan has been our #1 selling product for a very long time. It's a 5,000-year-old Asian formulation, blend of superfruits that's calming. There's a clinical study published on it comparing it to leading antidepressants. We won. Okay, so if you struggle with anxiety or depression, if you're the rager in your household, mad all the time and you don't know why, Goyan is like wine without the alcohol. Some people call it marriage counselor in a bottle. The little things don't bother you anymore. Daily Build is the most comprehensive vitamin you will find on the planet. All the things we've heard through COVID that we're supposed to be consuming in vitamins, it's all in there, in plant form, in high concentrated, high quality form. So when you put it in, your body absorbs it immediately. You can tell that it's working. I tell my boys all the time, we're going out into a war every single day, combating viruses and infections and bacteria. You are either building up that immune system with the nutrition that it needs, or you are not. This is like giving your body weapons to fight in the battle that they're going into every single day, and you will not find a better one. The Calcium MK is a blend of plant-based calcium. No cow's milk here, no dairy here. That is not a good source of calcium, by the way. Perfectly combined with magnesium, as well as vitamin K, vitamin D. Why is that a big deal? Well, if you're deficient in any of those things, you're likely struggling with migraines, insomnia, restless leg syndrome, spasticity, your bones break easily, teeth issues, and you will love the way our Calcium MK tastes and works. And last but not least, the energy. They should call it Focus. It comes in a stick or a jar. It's meant to replace that very acidic drink that we start our day with, coffee, or whatever you're taking in the middle of the day to stimulate yourself. You know, we have all these 40 and 50-year-olds who are like, I have adrenal fatigue syndrome. I have thyroid issues. I have chronic fatigue. I don't know why I have all these issues, but they drink a half a pot of coffee or a pot of coffee every day. It's not good for you guys. This is ashwagandha, B6, B12 vitamins, wheatgrass, spirulina, blue-green algae, plant brain food. You drink it on an empty stomach in about this much water, 6 to 8 ounces of water, slam it down. You will be dialed in for 6 to 8 hours. It is amazing. Don't drink it at night. You'll stay up cleaning up your whole house at night. I'm going to talk briefly about the superfruits. We have a blend of superfruits, I should say, different bottles of superfruits, each of which have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. Wildly harvested. We don't powder them down, ship them over, and rehydrate them with juices and waters. They are literally flash frozen, liquefied where they're harvested, shipped over, and you have 100% noni. Noni's been used for thousands of years, but all of these have been clinically studied in the US for a number of decades now. So if you're struggling with reflux, you may want to really add the noni onto your regimen. Allergies, asthma, pain, add the mangosteen on. Libido, circulation issues of any kind, mood, add the goji on. Acai has been shown to be huge for ulcerative colitis, GI issues, as well as being really big for hair and nail issues. And so these are powerful, powerful superfruits that I think if you have some serious health issues, you should look at getting all of them in addition to the Core Plus. Okay, remember, there's 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So what we found again is 30 days of usage of these products result in better sleep, more energy, less pain, better bowels, better mood, weight loss. What do you have to lose? If you're struggling with your health, or you're concerned about what's coming down the genetic pipeline based on what your parents or your brothers or sisters have struggled with, what do you have to lose? You have so much to gain, guys. Think of the people who invited you. They care about you, and they think that this could help you. Our sports line, I'm not going to go into. We have a lot of videos on them, but I'll tell you this, if you're an athlete, you will love our sports line. We have one of our newest products is a blend of collagen, probiotics, as well as biotin. This is one of our beauty products. It's huge for the glow of the skin. It is the most potent collagen you will find, and it's absorbed. But it also knocks out your the separate purchases you're making for probiotic and biotin. It's all in one, so good for you, and you will love the taste of it. So how do you get it all in? This is one of the questions we're asked all the time, and I always love to show these videos of my boys when they were younger. This is my then 8-year-old slamming back his Daily Build, his super fruits, as well as his Goyan in the morning before he went to school. My boys would get in 30 seconds, they would get more nutrition than their entire class would get in a week. This is just last summer, hidden camera for the teens, and they've added on the Immune 6. We have a whole immune boosting line which we were all consuming last year while we were dealing with the pandemic. And so again, superfruits, calcium, daily build, this is how they just line it up every morning and slam it back. More nutrition than their whole class gets in 1 week, they get in the morning. This is my Camden eating Mila muffins. We do it in French toast, but we also do a lot of smoothies. Actually, right now, what I'm doing is making a smoothie for my 15-year-old every morning and leaving it in the fridge for him. He pops it on the Vitamix blender and drinks it every single morning. So all the stuff that's in the Core Complete, you can literally dump it in a smoothie. All right, add a little bit of, if you want to add some kale or some spinach, you want to add some coconut milk, almond milk, you want to add some yogurt, add it all in. And then at night, you just take your calcium and your cleanse. You guys, it's so simple and this tastes amazing. I'm going to take a break for a moment and say, yes, weight loss is noticed with the Core Complete when you're adding good nutrition in. But maybe you're listening to this and you're like, I don't need a couple pounds weight loss. I need a massive change. I eat too much sugar. I drink too much alcohol. I know I need a change. Well, we have just released a reset program. When I hit my 40s, I struggled. I was working out. I felt like if I looked at a French fry, I would gain weight. It was really, really hard. And I did something that we are releasing called the Metabolic Reset, which gets your metabolism burning, 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 burning. See, what I found with women over 40 is they're often starving themselves, cutting their calories down to 1,000 or 1,200 a day, still trying to work out like crazy people, and nothing happens. So you're starving, you're overweight, and you're miserable. You are going to love this program that we have released. It is phenomenal. And what we're seeing is somewhere between 15 to 25 pounds of weight, of fat weight, dropping in a 6-week period of time. Now, not everybody who needs to lose that kind of weight. I'm actually doing it right now, and my goal is to build muscle, but I want my metabolism burning as fast as it possibly can. We have tremendous testimonies. We have an entire meal plan for you. It incorporates the entire Core Complete system. Well, it incorporates the Core Plus, and then you can add on the superfruits if you want to. But it is a 6-week program in which we walk you through exactly what to do, exactly what to eat, and exactly how to take your products. You'll be put into a support group where people are encouraging you and telling you what they're eating every day, and you'll be following breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner. You will be eating every 3 to 4 hours. You will be eating a lot, and you will be full. Okay, you will be full. Are we demanding that you work out the whole time? No, but I'll tell you, about 2 to 3 weeks in, you're going to feel so good, you're going to want to work out. It is an absolutely amazing program. And as you can see from these pictures, massive amounts of food. We are just doing a little bit of carb cycling. Have you ever heard of macros? Don't worry about counting macros, but we're showing you how many carbs you can be consuming in each meal and how much protein and how much fat. And we're giving you meal ideas. You're going to absolutely love it, friends. If you're looking for a total reset as we move into the next seasons of the year and weight tends to just get dumped on as you tend to try to starve yourself even more and then binge, this is probably going to be something that you're going to love. So what is Pure? Pure is an online health and wellness company. Thankfully, they chose not to buy shelf space. We spread it only by word of mouth. All of our products are third-party tested to confirm, to make sure we have what we say we have. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. That's what I use to prescribe medications for 20 years when I practice medicine. And we have multiple medical doctors who are literally using these products in their office in lieu of prescription medications. I'm not telling anybody to get off their prescription medications. Work with your physicians if that is a goal of yours. Do not stop anything, but add it on. I would highly encourage you, you're just getting on a plant natural regimen of supplementation, just add it on. And so for me, I got started in the beginning because I no longer had to have the juicer and the garden and then go to the health food. I can click a button and the best of the best that was already used for 30 years in clinical practice, just give it all to me. That's why I got started. I'm talking fast. You can go to purelifechangers.com and learn so much more from doctors, hear testimonies from people. Also ask to be added to our Changing Lives with Pure page, where you can use the search box to look up any issue you're struggling with and see stories from other people who've struggled with similar issues. You can start by picking your pack. If you go to livepure.com, you guys add whatever pack you want to your cart and then go check out and choose to be a preferred customer. You will automatically get 25% off. There's no obligation to purchase again. Okay, so think of it like having an Amazon membership, but there's no fee to become a member to get that 25% discount, and there's no obligation to ever purchase again. So here, the Core Complete, typically $548 at retail price. If you choose to become a preferred customer with the person who invited you, you're going to get $414. You're going to get it for $414. That's less. That's about $15 a day for 30 days. Now, some people go, oh my gosh, I can't afford to do that every month. This is not an every month thing. This is a one-time thing for your body. This is a treat for your body. That's what it is. You are giving your body health for 1 month. And then what typically happens is after a month, you love it so much. In fact, 93 out of 100 people who start the Core Plus system repurchase products the following month. All right. Usually 2 to 3 products, not all of them, usually 2 to 3. So think, because you figured out what you're taking here is better than what you were taking. So think of it as, I'm going to give my body a treat for a month. I deserve this. My children deserve the best version of me. My spouse deserves the best version of me. And you may want to end up looking at our family pack so that everybody can get healthy. It's not just you. Maybe that other package was a little too hefty. Look at the Core Plus, guys, $289. It's less than $10 a day for you to get your health on track for the next 30 days. And again, a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're struggling with your health in any way whatsoever, there is no reason not to give this a try. This is, again, the reset is coming out, okay? So the price for the reset, if you choose to put these products into your cart to get started on the reset, it's about $448 for 4 to 5 weeks regimen. Now, remember, the reset's 6 weeks long. So you're going to want to go ahead and start a Smart Ship program because you know you're going to be running out. The company gives you 3 days notice. Hey, your Smart Ship's coming through, and you can cancel it. You can click a button and cancel it. I've been in these Smart Ship programs before where I can't cancel unless I call in, or I can only do it at a certain time. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. This is like they send you an email. Do you want to cancel it? Do you want to edit it? But here's the key. If you order products in the Smart Ship program, you get 20% back in free product every time your order goes through. So that's like going to Costco, buying $100 worth of stuff, getting a $20 gift card to use next time. It's awesome. So go ahead and set your Smart Ship up, whether it's Core Plus, Core Complete, the Detox Pack, the Family Pack, the Reset Pack, whatever it is. Go ahead and set yourself up, and you can easily click and cancel if you want to in 3 weeks, but you won't. 93 out of 100 will repurchase. All right. So I recommend you get started on livepure.com, go throw your pack into the cart and check out. When you do that, as you're checking out, you're going to be given the option to choose to join as a preferred customer. It's going to show you your savings, and then it's going to ask you who invited you. So just make sure you type in the name of the person who invited you. So if you came and you were interested in the products, that portion of this is done. Okay. If you're thinking of other people while we're talking, if the $289 for the Core Plus you can't afford, you really need to listen closely to the next portion of this as I wrap up. I am from a family of 7 children. My parents got divorced when I was 14. My poor mother had to raise us on just her income alone. It was very rough. I decided at a very young age that I was never, ever going to be hurting for money. And I did all the right stuff. I went to high school, got good grades, got into the University of Florida, one of the top 5 schools in the country right now, and got good grades, got into PA school, got the best grades, got hired in the highest paid specialty a PA can be paid at, made more than most physicians, but I had the golden handcuffs. I worked all the time. My kids called our nanny mom. I missed all the field trips, and I was just trying to figure a way out. If you can't afford $289, if you only have one stream of income, if you've ever thought of starting a small business on the side, please think of becoming an independent business owner with Pure. You don't have to. The majority of the people who watch the presentation just become preferred customers. That's totally cool. We love you guys. But if you've ever looked and considered doing something else, please take a look closely. This business model is highly regarded. And these 2 guys, Tony Robbins and Richard Branson, have gone on, you can find videos online of them promoting network marketing, promoting having a small business on the side in which you tell someone who tells someone who tells someone. Sometimes people go, oh, is this one of those pyramid things? My answer is always like, well, what do you mean by that? You know, because Bernie Madoff's in prison for a pyramid scheme. That's where you give somebody money and you get nothing back in return. And they'll usually go, no, I mean, like, we're the person at the top makes all the money. I'm like, well, you mean like my old job, or the doctor made more than me and the nurses less and the nurses couldn't make as much as it? You mean like that? No, it's actually the opposite. I make more than the people who told me, and you have the potential to make whatever you want to make here. It's totally up to you. It's who you know, it's your work ethic, it's your coachability, it's your influence. I have no idea what you'll do here, but I know there's huge potential. For instance, if you get 10 customers who order just 3 products a month, you'll make $400 a month. If you get 20 customers who order 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month. I mean, that's not massive amounts of money, but for some people, it's life-changing income. You really can make whatever you want to make here. So if you're thinking about that side of it, or you have a large family, this was me, large family, like give me the best bang for my buck, look at the family pack. There was $1,500 worth of free products. So it's like $4,000 worth of product for $2,500. That's why I got the family pack. And because I did, my husband had an amazing story. My nephew had an amazing story. I wasn't just saving it all for me. So I got started with this package, and it took me a couple of months to decide that I wanted to share it. There's some people who come on board and say, no, I could be selling dog food. I need another form of income. If this works, I will sell it. Okay. Then I have people who say, oh, I can't sell it unless I believe in it. Well, there's ladies who used to come into our office selling Viagra, and they were not using the Viagra. Okay. There's people who sold me acne medications and cholesterol medications, and they weren't using those products. Whoever invited you, I guarantee you they have a story of some sort. So not everybody needs to have this massive story to be able to share it with others. We all know people who are struggling with their health. We all know people struggling with their finances. I would encourage you to think hard on this. If there's anything I've said that struck a nerve with you, or you've thought of someone else while thinking about this. That family pack also gets you into my VIP program, which is special mentoring, coaching, as well as the ability to earn trips that my husband and I put out for you twice a year. This is another package that you could get started with for the business as well. It's $1,300. You get $500 in free product. Again, a great deal. You can start actually with any of these packages, though, as a business builder. You can become a business builder with the Core Plus if you want to. There's not as many benefits for you, but start where you can, okay? Because if you're looking and praying for something extra on the side, this could be that thing. Lastly, I will say, if you like to travel for free, there is no better place to do it than here. I used to watch people go on trips to Europe, trips to Hawaii while I worked, and never could understand why people were able to do that, or how they could afford the time and the money to do that. Since my husband and I have been involved with Pure, they've taken us to Hawaii twice. My very first trip to Europe was with Pure. We've now been twice. No, we've now been 3 times: Spain, Italy, and France. That's crazy. We've been to Australia. We've been to Bora Bora. And in the beginning, it was just us. See, but then we figured out it's more fun with others. So we created a system, and where we help you easily duplicate and build a system on as much time as you want to spend. You need to be consistent. That's one of the keys. You can't do this 3 hours a day on Monday and then take 3 weeks off. You've got to be consistent. And if you can do consistent effort at least 5 days a week, I'm going to say 30 minutes minimum, 5 days a week, you can build something here. I don't know if it's for you or not. It might not be. But if you like locking arms with like-minded people and seeing the sights of the world and changing people's lives. I was at a funeral last weekend, and so many people walked up to me, I haven't seen in 4 to 5 years, and said, this company has changed my life. That is a gift. There's nothing else that I have ever done where 4 years later, people came up to me and said, you've changed my life and are continuing to change my life. And I will tell you this, there's maybe something I said that set a nerve with you today, but I can promise you, if you don't do something, nothing will change. So please get back to the person who invited you to take a look. Let them know what your thoughts are. Don't go into the witness protection program, guys. Get back, tell them where you're at, whether you're just a customer, part of it. Get to one of the local events that are happening and hear some live stories, or get on our Life Changers page, purelifechangers.com, see some stories, or the Facebook page. I hope I get to meet you, work with you, and share this news with you. We have less than 55,000 people in the United States of America who know that this company exists. We're a 15-year-old company, and we are massive in Korea. In the US, we're looking for people who will share this with others. It is an absolute gift, and I'm so glad that you took a look. Take care, everybody. God bless. Have a great day.